Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant rumors swirling around the NFL right now, and it's got Ravens Nation buzzing. Word out of league sources, including some of the most respected insiders like Adam Schefter, suggests that the Baltimore Ravens might be on the verge of making a bold move that could reshape their offense and ultimately their Super Bowl aspirations. And the player at the center of this potential trade, none other than Washington Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin. This isn't just speculation for the sake of it. There's real substance behind these whispers. The Commanders, sitting at a 3-7 record, are in the middle of a tough rebuild. Their offense has been hampered by injuries, and their offensive line is leaking sacks at an alarming rate. 28 sacks in just the last few games alone, especially around Daniels, who's been under constant pressure with a negative EPA per dropback. They've got cap space, about $24. $8 million, and they're looking to free up some of that to rebuild their O-line, focusing on the future, even if it means parting ways with some of their veteran assets. On the other side, the Ravens are sitting pretty at 7-3, with about $15 million in cap space, and they're eyeing that receiver position with renewed urgency. After losing Bateman to injury, an ankle injury that kept him out for 4 games, Baltimore has been craving a reliable target to complement their offense. Enter McLaurin, a player who's shown he can be a true difference maker on the field. His profile, especially when you look at his recent stats, makes him exactly the type of guy the Ravens need to take their passing game to the next level. Let's talk specifics. McLaurin, in the 2025 season, has played 9 games and has accumulated 58 receptions on 82 targets for 750 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaging nearly 13 yards per catch. Over his career, he's amassed around 400 receptions for over 500 yards and 30 touchdowns, with a very solid 89.4 PFF grade. His route success rate is impressive at 72%, and he's a consistent deep threat with a deep accuracy rate around 45%. He's also reliable in contested catches, winning 62% of those battles, and has minimal injury history, just missing 1 game due to a shoulder injury. All these numbers point to a player who's not just a flash in the pan, but someone who can be a cornerstone for Baltimore's passing attack. Now, why would the Commanders trade McLaurin? Well, they're facing a tough cap situation, with their projected $18 million going toward extensions for players like Daniels, whose contract could hit $200 million, and they're prioritizing fixing a struggling offensive line that's allowing 30 points per game. They're seeking to free up cap space and focus on rebuilding the trenches, which means they're willing to part with a quality receiver like McLaurin, especially if they can get a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027 in return. That's a significant haul, and it signals that Washington is looking toward the future, focusing on youth and their ongoing rebuild. For Baltimore, bringing McLaurin into the fold would be a game-changer. Picture this, adding roughly 200 yards to the passing attack, which would push their aerial yardage from around 220 yards per game to over 290. That kind of upgrade would open up the field for Lamar Jackson in ways we haven't seen in recent seasons. It would also boost their third-down conversion rate dramatically. Imagine going from around 38% to over 56%. That's the kind of efficiency that can turn close games into blowouts, especially when you consider how McLaurin's contested catch ability and route running fit perfectly into Baltimore's offense. In terms of impact, this move could elevate Lamar Jackson's EPA per pass from +0.18 to +0.38, making him even more dangerous and unpredictable for defenses. It would give Jackson a reliable target who can win those contested catches in critical moments, particularly in the red zone, where McLaurin's red zone touchdown rate is about 55%. His presence would also help open routes for Flowers, creating more space and opportunities, which is crucial given Baltimore's current offensive struggles. The reduction in sacks, projected from 28 down to around 18, would be another big plus, giving Lamar more time to make plays and extending drives that keep defenses on their heels. As for the bigger picture, this kind of move would significantly improve the Ravens' odds of making a deep playoff run and could even shift their Super Bowl odds. Right now, Baltimore is sitting around plus 1,800 to win it all, but with McLaurin in the fold, those odds could plummet to plus 700. That's a massive jump, showing how much the addition of a player of McLaurin's caliber could influence the championship prospects. It's easy to draw parallels to previous trades, like A.J. Brown's move to the Eagles last year, which elevated Philadelphia's offense and helped them push deep into the postseason. McLaurin could have a similar impact for Baltimore, transforming their offense into a more dynamic, unpredictable unit that defenses will have a hard time containing. Looking at the AFC North, this potential trade could be a real game-changer. The Ravens would not only solidify their offense, but also send a message to their division rivals: we're here to contend now and for years to come. It would give Lamar Jackson a top-tier weapon that complements his playmaking style, making Baltimore a more complete and dangerous team. With this upgrade, the Ravens could see their win total rise even further, pushing their projected wins from around 10 to possibly 12 or more, especially if they can leverage McLaurin's ability to stretch the field and make contested catches. Of course, all of this is still speculation at this stage, but the signs are pointing toward a possible blockbuster. The Ravens have been strategic in their moves this season, and adding a player like McLaurin would send a clear message of intent. They're not just trying to make the playoffs, they're aiming for a Super Bowl, and this kind of move could be the catalyst that pushes them over the top. It's a bold strategy, but if it comes to fruition, Ravens fans should be ready to celebrate because this could be the beginning of a new era of dominance for Baltimore. And let's not forget, this kind of trade also sends ripples through the NFL landscape. Teams will be watching closely to see if Baltimore pulls the trigger on this deal, and it could influence other contenders to make bold moves before the deadline. The AFC North is already competitive, but with McLaurin, the Ravens would become even more of a threat, capable of matching firepower with the best in the league. The idea of Lamar Jackson throwing to a receiver like McLaurin, who can win in tight coverage and make those explosive plays, is enough to get any Ravens fan excited about what's ahead. Now, I want to emphasize that all of this hinges on negotiations, cap considerations, and the team's willingness to make a deal. But the potential is there, and the impact on the Ravens' future could be enormous. It's a move that could define their season and set the stage for a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. The front office is known for being aggressive when the opportunity presents itself, and right now, this trade feels like a perfect storm brewing on the horizon. Baltimore has the cap space, the draft capital, and the motivation to make a move that could elevate their team to new heights. So, Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled. The next few weeks could bring some exciting news, and if this trade goes through, it might just be the piece that makes Baltimore a true powerhouse in the NFL once again. The team has shown resilience and determination all season, and adding a player like McLaurin would be a testament to their championship ambitions. It's an exciting time to be a Ravens supporter, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Whether this deal becomes official or not, one thing is clear. Baltimore is not just playing for now, they're playing for a dynasty, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the possibility of McLaurin joining Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? Do you believe this could be the move that pushes Baltimore over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team's future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. This offseason could be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and if this trade happens, it might just be the start of something special. Keep supporting your team, stay passionate, and let's get ready for what's coming next. Go Ravens!